Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the review realm once again for another album review. Thanks for joining us today. If you're new to the channel, please hit the like button on this video. Subscribe to the review realm. Really helps us out with album reviews like this. If you're watching us on YouTube, thank you. We're also on the go on most streaming platforms, including Spotify. Links will be in the description of this video. Thank you once again. And as always, I will introduce my co-host of the review realm, the SLB himself, Sam.
Hey guys, Sam the SLB. I'm excited to talk about this. Quick note, if you watch wrestling and watch Above the Ring, we do have a live show coming this evening. So definitely check that out when that drops. But yeah, excited to talk about this review. Let's get right into this one.
Yeah, absolutely. Link will be in the description for what Sam just said there of this video. Yeah, this is exciting. It's not too many times you get to talk about something like this. Brand new band, debut album. This is a big deal. Of course, we're talking about the brand new band, Dead Air Divine, with their debut album, The Answer. Now, what I find interesting about this new band is we mentioned it to a friend of ours, and I think he said the same thing once we told him. So, Dead Air Divine is made up of ex Gavin Dance singer Tillian
Mm-hmm.
and ex Born of Osiris guitarist. Was it Lee McKinney?
Yes.
Yeah. So I remember. Yeah, we mentioned that to a friend of ours, and he said the same thing. He said, "Interesting mix." He said were his exact words.
Yeah, and to add to that, for those of you who are really geeky in this kind of I don't know, metalcore, gent, progressive metal space, the drums were programmed by ex Monuments, Intervals, and Sky Harbor drummer Anup
Oh,
Sastry as well.
geez, that makes it. Yeah, that makes it even more interesting. So it's just really interesting mix here. So I'll tell you right off the bat my introduction to this. One of the singles, we'll get into, yeah, four singles for this, which is, as we've said in previous album reviews, kind of the standard that bands seem to be following now. Trying to they get out a lot of material before the album, sometimes, like maybe half a year in advance of the album's release. The one that stands out to me that I love this song. I think it's great. Was "Beg Your Pardon" with Mike Terry. And as we said in the previous review we did of Crystal Lake, if you want to check that out, yeah, Mike Terry, I think he's fantastic. I think he does really great job on this song, and also with this song too. Tillian's vocal range on this is crazy. I thought.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Um, Yeah, I'll just start off. So John had mentioned this a while ago. He goes, "Oh, we're gonna do this other band, Dead Air Divine," and you had told me about it, and you might have told me who was in it. First and foremost, I will say off the bat, I'm not a big Gavin Dance fan.
Me
Um,
neither. Yep.
I like them from if they're on, they're on. And then Born of Osiris, I dropped. The last time we reviewed him was the last time I listened to a brand new Born of Osiris. So for me, they kind of went down the tubes. And who knows, maybe they haven't. But then you're like, oh yeah, we're gonna review this. And after we did our last review, I'm like, oh, I guess I'll throw this on and see how it is. And all four singles were out. Holy shit, John! I've listened to this album 4 times as of recording. Every one of these singles, I think Breakthrough was the first one I heard, and I was like, insane. Then I went to Beg Your Pardon, which is what you were talking about. It gets a little heavier with Mike Terry on there. Um, Tillian's range is just it's I don't know. I'm speechless. I was shocked. I did not think I was going to enjoy this.
No, I thought when I heard this, I was like, this really seems up Sam's alley. Yeah, Breathing Underwater and I think both Breakthrough, they played it like they were good. I think they played it a little bit safer on those. They felt very much like singles, and it was probably like by design, I'm sure. The other one I think was Default, which was I think probably different from the four. They it's what I'll say with Default. It's sometimes it's hard to sound heavy with just one guitar. Like I'm a firm believer sometimes that like a lot of
It's
bands like
tough.
a lot of bands will do like two guitars, sometimes three. Geez, to over really and to really get like that like heavy sound just to just in the mix. When you can do it with one, you're doing something right. And I thought that with default. And
Hmm.
most of the album too. This was the production on this. I'm sure this was self-produced. It sounded really good overall.
Yeah, I so if you go on YouTube, I think at least two of the songs, Default and maybe Breathing Underwater, they do like a studio cut where Till and Lee are both in the studio, um,
Mm.
just performing it live, like a music video almost. And it's yeah, the production on here is really good. Who produced this?
Like I think
Uh
this was
Lee.
self-produced, pretty
Yeah,
sure.
Lee and
Yeah.
Till. So just from start to finish, from Holiness of the Cannibal, the singles, you almost the more you listen to it, the singles kind of fade to the back, and you're like, oh, there's a lot of gold on here. I don't want to say fade, but you know what I mean. It starts to all it just holds together really well.
Holiness of a Cannibal, I thought was a cool opening track. I was
Mhm,
like, oh, they're going full prog on this.
mhm.
I heard that track. I said, yeah, Sam's gonna get a kick out of this album.
Yeah, there was not a to me, I didn't not enjoy yeah, I didn't hate anything on this album. This sparked the joy in me that I had when I first discovered Periphery and The Contortionist and
Mm,
Volumes. I haven't listened to Volumes in years, and when you're like, "Oh, Mike Terry's on here," I'm I listened to the Volumes album today, the first one.
nice. Yeah, no,
So
there was a lot a lot of standouts in this album. I loved the instrumentation on most of this album, and I think like Ride was a good example of that. I think Tillion's voice complements it all very well. Like on that, it just it goes a lot of places I wouldn't expect. Like on that one, like the bass, you had the bass guitar to close that one out.
mhm.
There was a couple of tracks I will say that I didn't have too much to say on it. Maybe help me with them. Lie to Me and Favorite Game. I was like not really much of a standout for me either of them.
Favorite game I enjoyed,
Yeah.
Lie to Me. I have to go back and listen to it again. But I did really enjoy Empty Satellite and The Scientist.
I really liked Empty Satellite was excellent. The Scientist, it was I liked that it was the back and forth on the headphones to start off
Mhm.
with. Not the way I expected the album to end. Every single song on this album, it always seemed to like have some sort of hook at the end that just really, really switches it up from the rest of the song. And I'm like, it kind of brings you back in, like before the song ends. It's like, wait a minute, here's something else.
Mhm. And I think something that's powerful, I think, with this album, not just that it's heavy, um, and again, I'm not a big, Dance Gavin Dance guy, so I don't know too much, but the melody and Tillion's voice on this album, I feel like I could throw this at anybody and go, "Hey, check this out." Like this felt really accessible, if even if you're not a metal fan.
Yeah, absolutely. That's why I think the mix of it between the two of them, which is an unlikely mix, I think Dance Gavin Dance and both Born of Osiris are very, very, very different genres of music. So I'm so glad that I stumbled upon it. That beg your pardon initially. So to find out about this new band and the timing of it was really well. They just happened to be putting out their debut album as of now. And we did catch an early listen of it. We'll have a link to it in the description below through Bandcamp. The album is there for us to listen to if you want to check it out, which I hope you do. That's how we did it.
My goal at the end of this video was to set up my Bandcamp account and then purchase the vinyl because I loved it that much. And that's not happening right now. But it is definitely a purchase. It is free for listening, but you can give 10 bucks. And I'm just going to buy the vinyl because it's that good.
Yeah, no, this was impressive for a debut album. This is something I'll definitely be telling people about to check out for sure. Yeah, overall, I thought it was a pretty solid debut album. But yeah, that's our thoughts on the debut album for Dead Air Divine. Please check it out if you haven't already. We're very happy with it. Thanks for watching the review realm. Don't forget to subscribe. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Definitely open to that. Let us know your thoughts on this new band. Thanks for joining us, guys, and do not forget to join the Bedlam.